I bought this camera in 2014, so it has been with me for a long time. And unfortunately, I was only able to use it for almost like 6 months. It's because after that it stopped powering on at all. I didn't know what actually caused this to happen. But anyway, long time I didn't get time. But now since I got more time, especially in this kind of a semi-lockdown situation, I thought, okay, let's go ahead and open this up and find out the root cause. If I can fix something on this camera and get it back working, of course it's going to be a very useful thing, because I really love this camera. The clarity of the picture is really good, and 40 times zoom, it gives you really like a very high clarity picture. So I'm going to unscrew all these screws from the bottom side. I really don't know what exactly the sequence of disassembly of this camera. I tried to look for a manual but couldn't find, so I'm going to open up these screws. These are the bottom screws, and as you can see, there's actually a split in between. So I'm hoping I can get it split opened. And I'm a bit worried about the number of screws I'm now taking out of the camera, because some of them are shorter in length. It's all not exactly the same. But in the meantime, I'm actually taking this video, so I won't have much of an issue in putting it back. Anyway, this camera, it's a Everio camera. It's a JVC Everio. Basically, it's using SD card. Yeah, I forgot to take out this SD card just now. I took out. Okay, then the battery side. Also, there is some couple of screws over here at the battery area. I have to remove those screws as well. I don't know why the side was not coming out after I remove it. So now I have to try removing all the screws. Whatever screws I'm seeing, I'm going to remove all the screws. It's a bit tricky. I'm thinking, I don't know whether this lens side, this cover need to come out or not. I don't think so. Okay, I actually put this in a high speed. The speed I increased for this video, because I actually spent a lot of time trying to figure out how to open this out. Then finally this cover came off from the top. So inside is this PCB, and next sequence of disassembly I'm trying to figure out which area to take it out. I know this flip. Basically, the problem with the camera is that it's not at all functioning. It's like once you open the flip, it's supposed to have the screen displayed on the flip display. But the display alone I couldn't open. I tried to open it, but I cannot open the display alone. So I decided, okay, the whole thing I have to dismantle and see what's going inside, what's happening inside. I actually got a lot of confused over here. After this, I removed the screw and I tried to remove this side cover, but after removing I thought, no, this is not required for me to dismantle, because this is the right hand side of the camera, whereas the display is on the left hand side. So I actually spent a lot of time figuring out. uh, my son, 2-year-old son, also came in between. He is actually also he likes to see these kind of things when I do this kind of disassembly or some kind of woodwork or metal work. He like to see those. I think kids are really, they really want to do those kind of things, and when they see I'm not there, they want to do them. So couple of times I have faced that with my son. He actually love to see all these things, but when I'm not around there, he will try to do his own way. So he's trying to grab the screws. I stopped him. I said, no, don't disturb me, man. Because I myself am confused a lot. Okay, so finally I got this display out. As you can see this harness which is connecting to the display is broken. This is a really a micro type of harness, and it's a special harness. I don't think I won't be able to fix it, but I'm really curious. This is kind of a plastic shield on top of it, and that plastic is not really flexible at all. And this is the important part of a camera. This camera works only if you open up this side display, and the harness that you're using for this display, it should be something that will be long lasting means that's a life deciding factor, or a critical life deciding factor of this whole camera. So that component should be of a high quality. They didn't made it of that high quality, so I think JVC really failed in doing that. But anyway, what is gone is gone. It's a old model now. They don't produce these cameras anymore. But I got to learn some lesson from this. Okay, so basically this is where the harness is going, and from there it goes into the rotation function of the display. This display is actually 360. I think it's not only 360. You can actually do a full rotation of the display on the reverse side, and another 180 degrees on the other side. So it's yeah, it's a kind of a 360-degree rotation. So you can actually, it was really good, even if you want to do some selfie video, those kind of things, you can simply see how is the coverage, how much zoom is there. It was really good. I'm going to really miss this camera. I'm planning to buy another camera, but I need to make a decision which is the best one. I'll go and look up based on people how they give the feedback on other models. Not may not be JVC, maybe Sony or something like that. I'm really disappointed after opening up this camera. So actually I had to spend a lot of time in figuring it out, and also like I know some of these logs, this it will take a little bit of force in the right direction to get it detached. But if you're not really familiar where how to apply that force, if it's not a routine thing that you're doing, means it's always difficult thing. But why I'm putting this video is that in case if anyone want to have a look or open up or fix something else on this type of a same model camera you have, you can actually use my video as a reference. Okay, where to start, how to continue, and where to stop. This whole process actually took me, I think, if I don't consider the break times in between the time I went away from this table to have my meal and all those, I think the whole time I spent on this thing is around 3.5 hours roughly. Yes, so that's why the time I spend on it, the video will be very long, the whole video will be too long, so I trim it and increase the speed. I put it as a time lapse so that you guys can have you guys don't need to spend a lot of time looking into the details. Eventually, after opening up the lens of the camera, it was a bit dirty inside, but everything was really functional. I think next video I'll do a much better video, because the frame also, you can see my camera, I actually put it in a wrong position. What I'm doing is not really visible at the center of the screen. Next time I'll be very careful on that. In fact, I was not planning to upload this video. It was actually a reference for me, so that I am able to assemble this camera back the way I took it out. The sequence of assembly, I have to follow the disassembly. I have to refer to the disassembly video, then I can assemble it back. But anyway, since I had this video, I thought, okay, maybe someone can make use of this video. So I just thought of, okay, I'm doing some editing and making it a fast video, cutting it short and posting it for you guys. I'm actually figuring out which screw goes where. I then decided, okay, I'll just put on these screws first. I know if I put the wrong screw at the wrong place, maybe I have to dismantle it again, but it's okay, because there is no other choice. Otherwise I have to transfer this video from this camera to a PC, then I have to look onto it, then continue. But trust me, that's what happened. It actually gave me big trouble. I was so confused which screw goes where. I can't remember which hole exactly the screw were going. So I decided, okay, I'm going to transfer the video file to a PC and I'm going to refer to it, then do it. Because I know the main problem with this is there is actually 3 lengths of screws. One is longest, okay, 2 of them are longest screws. Those later I will show you where exactly it goes. And the remaining, there is like I think 5 or 6 very short screws. Then the medium size screws are there, which is like around 8 or 9 screws, medium size. So anyway, I decided, okay, go ahead and put these screws wherever it fits, it matches. I know one place I inserted one screw, and it really gave me a tough time to remove it because it was the wrong hole where I put the screw, and the screwdriver I'm using, it even though it have that magnetic attraction, it couldn't really pull out the screw. So I really had a hard time after inserting a wrong screw in the wrong place. It's really it's a pain actually if you do like that. So at this point I realized that I actually missed 2 screws which I removed from the display side. Then I decided, okay, I have to take it out again. I have to dismantle it and put the screws back on. And so I actually partially dismantled it. I removed this side cover. Then I know that without removing the lens I can't do that, so I removed the lens cover, and then I installed those screws back onto the display. So those are these screws. It goes to the back of the display frame. So it goes here, one screw here, then the other screw the bottom side. So basically I have to rotate it back a bit, the display I have to rotate it and get no, okay. So this way I cannot access, so I have to rotate it back. Okay, there it goes. So that's a 180 rotation plus actually 180 both sides, so that becomes 180 plus 180, 360-degree rotation. Okay guys, then I again put back the lens cover, then the side cover together. It's actually a cross lock between these two, so you can't really put in one first then put the other one, so it has to be like a partial fix. Then put the screw. Okay, now last piece to go. I still have a couple of screws and also I was thinking like maybe there is some screws I really left over, so I decided to put on the remaining screws inside. Then now I was looking back to the disassembly sequence. So after referring to it, I realized that okay, these 2 holes gets the longest 2 screws. So I put back the 2 longest screws back in. Okay, so that 2 screws settled. Now it's the time for the medium screws. So by this time I realized, okay, all these holes is having the medium length screws. And later on I'm thinking where the shortest screws will go. So I'm having some trouble here and counting and looking back to the video. So in between when I'm doing this, I'm actually referring back to the video that I'm playing on the PC. Okay, even with the video I was even if when I'm remembering this, I think I'm still remembering it wrong. Okay, so the short one goes on the top, correct? Okay, long one goes at the bottom. The short one itself I think got 2 different type of threads. That's right. Okay, then now it's time for all the remaining screws. Now it doesn't matter, all the screws you can install because the 2 long screws I already installed. Other than that, all the remaining screws are the medium screws. There goes all these medium screws. Okay, now After this I still have four medium screw for six more medium screws. Okay, now what? There's two screw holes over here which goes here. In fact, I was thinking these two are medium sized screw holes, but okay, later you will see that it's actually the shortest screws that goes over there. So now I'm going to put all the remaining screws on this hole on the side here on the battery area, but the thread is already damaged, so it's not really getting engaged. Never mind. Now let's put the another screw and try it again. I actually tried one other screw to see whether it's the thread is getting engaged. It's not, so I again decided to put back the medium length screw. Now all the remaining screws are in. Still got to put this at the back. I mean, all the remaining screws at the bottom already in. So the bottom side is already completed. Now the battery side, there is two holes to put these two screws inside. Both are medium length screws. See, just now I removed the small screw from the side panel. So not the side panel, the side area of the that battery area on the side wall of the battery area. Okay. Then I'm putting back the medium screw. Okay, another medium screw goes over here in this hole. Now I have two shorter screws and three medium length screws. Okay, I forgot these two areas where actually this two short screws goes. Sorry, it's a medium screw. Okay, so medium screw goes here. Another medium screw goes in here. And I have one more medium length screw which goes somewhere. So now I kind of confused again. Okay, why I have three screws? Did I forget any area where I should have put the screws? Okay, anyway, I'm going to insert the last piece of this camera, which is a top cover. So it's a bit tricky. So basically, you have to actually bend it a bit so that the legs will go inside that black cover. Then it's just like tuck in. Okay, so this is where the last medium length screw goes, and now the two shortest screws will go on the side here. Okay, so finally I made it, and now it's a time for this one piece which came off from the side of the display. This piece actually last time came off, actually it got broken. One of the time when I was opening the display, it actually came off broken. The latch area was broken. Then I put the glue, and the glue was holding until now. When I was disassembling just now, it came off. So there goes the battery, and let's open it. Nothing. Of course it won't work. We know, because of the harness, display harness is broken. I'm still thinking that okay, maybe without the display it might still work. I was listening to hear some sound. Okay, then there goes the memory card. I'm just putting this memory card back in, and later on I will remove it. I can use it for some other purpose. I can use it to transfer or use as a thumb drive. Anyway, it's not working. That's all. So this is the way you have to dismantle and assemble back. Thanks guys for watching.